Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Wednesday, May 25th slate of NBA and MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We once again do have one NBA game, which is going to be the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat Game 5, so I am super excited to be watching it. It's going to be back in Miami, so could that change things around a little bit? I definitely think it does, and we'll talk about that just here in a little bit. But we also do have a full slate of MLB on as well. This is another one of those slates that goes literally all day from like noon-ish all the way through the rest of the night. So should be a lot of baseball on tomorrow and should hopefully be a good NBA game on. You never really know anymore. There are just so many blowouts, and it's actually really upsetting just because I just want the playoffs to be good. I just want them to be exciting. I just want them to be fun to watch. And unfortunately, these just have not been ones that have been enjoyable to watch. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to be a good Game 5. It'll be enjoyable to watch. But without any further ado, before we dive into it, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving me such a small channel, such a big chance, as I always say. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday. Definitely not as good of a day as we had on Monday, but we did still end up going 1-2 on the day. First play, we did have Wiggins over 16.5 points. That was just a weird play. He ended up only scoring 10, but it's because, one, the Warriors ended up getting blown out. No shocker there for this NBA playoffs. But two, he only played like 20. I don't remember the exact number of minutes, but I think it was only like 24. So Wiggins barely even played, and he barely got any shot attempts either, which is just extremely. It was a weird game. And even Steph Curry didn't really have like a great game either. So it was a very, very weird game overall, especially with the Warriors getting blown out. Nobody on the Warriors really played that well, except for Jonathan Kuminga played pretty well off the bench, and Jordan Poole also provided for a little bit. He started off the game a little bit rough, but then he started to get things going. But truly, no one played great on the Warriors, so it was definitely a weird situation. But unfortunately, this play didn't hit at the end of the day. Then we did have the Orioles and the Yankees under 8 runs. This one was pretty close up until the bullpen. Then the bullpen, they just decided to start letting absolute, meatballs start going down the middle of the pipe, and both teams were just absolutely hammering. They were getting a ton of hits towards the end of the game, and they ended up hitting the over pretty easily. I think they finished with 11 or 12 runs, so that one didn't end up working out for us. But our Dodgers play with the run line, that one ended up smacking, so I'm glad that one did end up working out for us. So we ended up going 1-2 on the day, losing a little bit of juice, but hopefully we'll bounce back today. I'm feeling pretty good, so let's go ahead and dive into it. So our first play of the day, Jason Tatum, man. I'm really glad I took your over in rebounds the other day, but we're going with the under. We're taking Jason Tatum under 28.5 points here versus Miami at minus 120 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, Jason Tatum had a really good game last game. He had 31 points in only 34 minutes. He was absolutely fantastic in the first quarter and in just the first half in general. Jason Tatum had a fantastic first half, and I truly mean that. I know he had 12, 5, and like 2 in the first quarter of Game 4, and then I know he finished with over 20 in the by halftime, but finished with 31, and somehow this line moved down. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but the line ended up moving down. So something is up for sure. And so I think that Jason Tatum is going to have a little bit of a rough time here. Also, in Miami, the game is back in Miami, and Jason Tatum in his entire NBA career, I know he hasn't been in there very long, but in Miami, he has only gone over this line one time in his NBA career, and the only time that he went over, he scored 29, and that was in Game 1 of this NBA playoffs. So, Jason Tatum, of all the games that he has played in Miami, he's only gone over once, and it was right on the hook. So, I'm definitely going to be taking my odds there. Also, it does look like Jimmy Butler is still technically playing as of right now, so hopefully he will be a little bit healthier than he has been in the last game, and hopefully he can help slow down Jason Tatum to help us hit this under. Also, Miami at home this year, they allow the third fewest points per game to opposing teams in general. So they've been just really good on the defensive side of the ball, of course. We all know Miami, a fantastic defensive team. Also, this over-under is super, super low. It's set at 203.5, which is one of the lowest that we have seen in the entire NBA playoffs. Not very many people expect for this game to be an absolute shootout, and neither do I. Also, let's be real. Jason Tatum is going to get a lot of defensive focus here from the Miami Heat. They should probably be looking to throw some different looks at him, and hopefully, and just so that way the Miami Heat have a chance at winning this game, they are going to have to definitely stop Tatum and potentially Brown, or at least one of them. So hopefully they do end up trying to put their focus on Jason Tatum. So we're going to be riding with that for our first play of the day. Jason Tatum under 28.5 points versus Miami at -120 odds. Now, for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Cubs money line here versus the Reds at +110 odds. Now, the Cubs, they haven't been a very good team this year, and that's just being brutally honest. But on the road, they've actually seen a little bit of success on the road. They are 11-9 on the road this year, so definitely above 500. So we'll be riding with that. And Cincinnati has been just very, very bad over the course of the entire season. But at home this year, they are 5-11 at home, which is the third worst home record in the MLB. Also, the Cubs as a road underdog, they are 9-8. So once again, above 500. So I definitely like my odds there. And Cincinnati as a home favorite this year, they are 1-3. Now, the Cubs, they have won the last 2 games of this series so far. So could the Reds steal one? Absolutely. But I'm gonna be just riding with the stats. So if the stats prove me wrong, then I'm perfectly fine with losing a bet while all the stats are backing it. But that's gonna be our second play of the day: the Cubs money line versus the Reds at +110 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're gonna be taking the Detroit Tigers and the Minnesota Twins under 8 runs at +100 odds. Now, these two teams did play last game, and they only had 2 runs total for both teams, and both of them were scored by one team. So they only had 2 runs. And the Tigers, they have been one of the best teams to the under on the road this year. Just in general, they are 14-6 to the under. I will definitely be taking my odds with that one. That is a very high cash percentage. Also, Minnesota at home this year, they've also been a pretty good team to the under. They are 13-8-2 to the under. And Dylan Bundy is going to be on the mound for the Twins, and he has had 10 innings pitched at home this year with a 0 ERA. He has not given up a single run at home this year, and so hopefully we can see more of that out of Mr. Bundy. But also Garcia on the flip side of things for the Tigers, he's had a pretty decent season as well. He has only had a 2.57 ERA on the year, definitely not giving up a whole lot of runs. So is this one trappy? Absolutely, but I'm going to be riding with it. Tigers and Twins under 8 runs at +100 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.